What's up? Tonight we got Arrow Season 1, Episode 17, The Huntress Returns. So, by the title, we can learn that we see Helena again. And that basically how this episode starts off, where we go into a nightclub where we see Helena confront one of her dad's lawyers, and she tries to say about how she and she wants to know where her dad is, since this is a lawyer, but since this is like lawyer attorney, but he has no idea where he is. So what does she do? So after she's done with him, she kills him. So we see Oliver. Vern is finally done after 17 episodes. Yeah, that's what they're calling it. They're calling it Vern, which means green. Yeah, kind of green. The hood. Oliver's naming his own club. Yeah, his secret nightclub, where his base is. So Tommy's kind of, not okay with Oliver right now after finding out that his best friend is secretly a murderer. So he kind of calls Oliver out on that, saying, "Bro, you're a killer. You're a killer. You're a murderer," and leaves. Yeah, I kind of don't like Tommy, but I kind of don't like Tommy. So Laurel decides to call her dad and over to kind of hear her mom's theory about how Sarah is still alive and somewhere. So she reveals that Oliver was shipwrecked on Lee and you. So what if Sarah survived and could have went to any of the other islands around wherever Oliver was? So Quentin doesn't believe in this. He's basically like, yeah, you're crazy. Sarah's dead, and Laurel, you're also crazy for believing her lunacy. Bye. So Laurel goes to Quentin, and Quentin is too busy trying to get his gun to work for some reason. They just needed it. And he's like, really, you're gonna believe her? And she's like, just hear her out. So Oliver discovers that Helen is back in town and killed that attorney. And so Helen decides to get into the Queen Mansion and is talking. Speaking of Thea, okay, so Thea, remember that guy Roy that she met like in episode 15? She's trying to get him a job at her brother's club, but he never shows up. When she explains how it was Roy's first day, Tommy's like, hey, he never went. So, yeah, but anyway, back with Helena stuff. Helena shows up and is like, basically, he's like, Oliver, you help me or I'm gonna threaten your family. So, Oliver's like, nah. So, she goes to Vern, tries to break Tommy's fingers, and Oliver's like, fine, I'll help you. But no killing. So Oliver is forced to help Helena because, of course he is. So, yeah, but they're ambushed by the cops, and when I watched this just now, I found this one of the dumbest moments in the show. Yeah, this is the dumbest moment, because they have Helena, they have her captured. They're like, hey, give us the hood's name. She says Oliver Queen. Then she's like, you're dating him, right? And then dudes, they're like, we're not talking, we're not enough about Oliver. Tell us who the hood is. Quentin, McKenna, you're both smart cops. Can't you just piece two and two together and figure out that she's talking about Oliver? It's the part where the show gets dumb because I guess they're trying to do it for suspense and probably for Quentin to find out later on in the season. But I'm just saying, for right now, have him find out here. Like, why why do they have that in the line of, tell us about this isn't my Oliver, tell us who the Hood is. Like, can't these two cops piece it together? I know, it's only in the first season. It's only episode 17 of the first season, and they have to wait years. They have to wait years for Quinn to find out, probably, because it's season. But for right now, I find this the dumbest moment of the show. And it gets worse later, but as the second dumbest moment of the show. But for now, I'm just gonna say this is the first dumbest moment of the show. Then she's like, tell us who he is. Then he's like, the Hood. And then Oliver shows up in this really weird mask of some sort and brings Helena out of jail. Diggle still doesn't like Helena. Oliver says, Felicity, get out. And then Helena doesn't take Felicity hostage. She just ties her up. Like, Helena, you never got to meet Felicity. You're a villain that is trying to get revenge on your dad. And Felicity could hack him out. But instead of doing anything, like tying her up, capturing Felicity, you're just going to tie her legs and throw her on the floor? That's the best plan you got. I know I'm taking a lot of, I'm probably punching this episode a lot, but I'm just saying, there's a lot of moments where I'm like, what the crap? Anyway, back. So anyway, Laurel discovers that Tommy's a little tense. And and he says he's fine. So then we get to Roy and Thea. Roy Thea, as I said, discovered that Roy didn't show up for the job interview. And he's like, why would I want to work working on someone's car? So Roy decides to get a needle, which is a reference to how in the comics Roy Harper is a heroin addict and his actor Colton Haynes doesn't like needle. So Thea says, hey, focus your mind on something else, and kisses Roy, and continues to kiss Roy as he gets the needle. Dunaway, I guess he just, okay, anyway. Yeah, so Oliver breaks Helena out of jail. Oliver and Helena have a final fight, but the McHale has to show up and be like, hey, put your bow down. Not like this is a dangerous person that has a gun, Helena. Oliver puts the gun down. Helena, like, this is not a dangerous person. McKenna, I get those two confused now. McKenna, Helena, same thing, different people. But Helena picks up her gun and shoots McKenna. I don't blame McKenna on this one. If she didn't told Oliver to put down his bow, he could have just took Helena out. But no. Helena runs, McKenna's in the hospital. McKenna says she's going to leave the show forever and never come back, because of course she is. And she and Oliver break up. Actually, she says she's going to moving to Coast City because they don't need this actress in the show. Who knew this was coming? Me, because they got rid of Oliver's first relationship, which was Helena. Now McKenna's the next one in line. Who's next to be Oliver's failed doom relationship? I don't dislike this episode. I just found more problems with it than I did the first time I watched it. I found two problems in it. One, McKenna lets herself. She's like, okay, I find two dumb moments in this episode that absolutely bother me. One, Quentin or McKenna cannot piece together that Oliver's the Hood and tell her to tell them who the Hood is when she is telling him who Hood is, and that McKenna tells Oliver to put down the bow, which causes her to get shot, end up in the hospital, and move away from the show. If she just wasn't there and let Oliver do what he was going to do, she'd still be in the show. But no, because she had to get involved, she had to tell Oliver to put the bow down, it caused her to get shot, it caused her to lose the show. That's how I feel about this episode. It's not a terrible episode. I think it's a great episode for Huntress' second appearance. She still wants revenge on her dad. Wait, third appearance. Yeah, third appearance. She still wants revenge on her dad. But I just find there's just 2 dumb moments in this episode that I can't say. I liked this episode when I first watched it, but I'm kind of neutral towards it on my second watching for this review, for this recap. Actually, this is my third watch. For this recap, for this review series of all over shows, I think this episode's okay. It's not anything great. I feel like Quentin and McKenna not believing her that Oliver's the Hood is one of the dumbest moments of the show, and McKenna getting shot could have been avoided if she just let Oliver do what she wanted, but because McKenna had to go away from the show, she had to get shot and never appear on the show again. Yeah, that's the episode. I'll see you next time. I hope episode 18 is way better, because this episode is great, but it just has too many problems for me to rank it as my favorite Arrow episode. I think that episode 8 and 9 were episode 7 and 8 were better Huntress appearances, because at least they didn't make Quentin and McKenna look like dumb. Because, like, how could they not figure out that Oliver was the Hood by now? Like, wouldn't they figure out that, Oliver always had to leave their dates, like, couldn't they figure it out that, hey, like, where's Oliver going? Like, but no, they're like, hey, let's not. I'm done talking about this episode. It's not bad. It's not good. It's good, but it's not my favorite. I just have too many problems with it now. After watching it, it just gets me aggravated that they cannot figure things out for themselves, and they have to probably be that Quentin probably will have to be told by another person he can't figure things out for himself. That's what aggravates me. That Quentin could just put 2 and 2 together and say, "Oh, Oliver the Hood," but no. She tells them. Then they're just like, "No. What about Oliver Queen? Let's talk about the Hood." Like, come on. But anyway, that was this episode. It's okay. It's not one of my favorite episodes of the season, but it's not bad. It doesn't have its dumb moments, but it's not terrible. I would put it in the meh. I would put it in the okay category. It's not bad, but it's just, I don't know how to put it. This is my third time watching, and I find it okay. It aggravates me that Quentin and McKenna can't figure things out for themselves, Oliver's the Hood, but that's the show logic. I'll see you next time for some more Arrow.